Hello everyone, welcome to ISRO Scientist Aspirants ECE channel. Today we are going to discuss about ISRO Scientist SC salary, promotion and other benefits as on 24th April 2020. Before going into the video, please do subscribe ISRO Scientist Aspirant ECE channel for more updates on ISRO. Let's start our video with gross salary without any deductions. First comes the basic pay. It is a base salary which doesn't include any benefits and bonuses. Mostly other benefits such as DA, HRA, TA depends upon your basic pay. Basic pay will increase based on your experience and promotions in the organization. We'll start with benefits. First comes DA. It is an allowance usually received by government employers and pensioners to compensate for the rising inflation. These will be updated by government twice in a year, mostly in January and July. Next comes HRA, House Rental Allowances. If you utilize the quarter facility provided by the organization, then you won't claim HRA, else you will get HRA credited in your salary. In this video, I am proceeding by assuming as an employee is getting HRA in salary. Next comes TA, Transport Allowances. It is similar to HRA. If you don't use the transport facility provided by the organization, you will get TA as well. Here comes the final one, DA on transport allowances. Based on inflation rates which discussed in the dearness allowances, you will get DA on transport allowances as well. I will make it more clear by taking an example. After 7th pay commission, current basic pay of Scientist SC is 56,100. So it is a base salary which is used to derive all the remaining benefits. Next we will calculate DA. As of today it is 17% of basic pay. So here 17% of 56,100 which is 9,537 rupees. You might heard the news recently. DA hike for government employees and pensioners put on hold till July 2021 due to coronavirus impact. Next comes HRA calculation. It depends on cities which are classified by Government of India based on population. 24% of basic pay for Class X cities like Bangalore, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad. 16% of basic pay for Class Y cities like Thiruvananthapuram, Lucknow, Kanpur. And 8% of basic pay for Class Z cities, which includes small towns. Next comes TA. It is similar to HRA. 7,200 for Tier 1 cities like Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, and 3,600 for other places. And finally comes DA on TA. It is 17% of 7,200, which is equals to 1,224 rupees. Let us sum up all the values to see what amount it leads to. So, after summing up base salary and all the allowances by taking maximum amount, we are getting 87,525 rupees. So, before deductions, the gross salary per month is 87,525 rupees. Now, we will see the deductions part. The major deductions from the salary are NPS and income tax. NPS, National Pension Scheme, in which a government employee contributes towards pension from monthly salary and the same amount is contributed by the organization as well. These funds are then invested in investment schemes through pension fund managers. Finally, you will get the lump sum amount when you are retiring. Usually, your NPS will be 10% of your basic pay plus DA allowances. Income tax, which you cannot escape. If you claim all the saving benefits according to income tax rules, then the maximum amount you will be paying is around 7,000. If you don't claim the saving benefits, it will be more than 7,000. Next comes CHSS, which is Contributory Health Service Scheme. To get the medical benefits, you have to contribute 600 rupees towards CHSS per month. Here comes minor deductions, which includes education cess or tax, which is 200 per month. Next, CGE-GIS, Central Government Employees Group Insurance Scheme, which is 120 rupees per month and subsidized canteen expenses. And finally, profession tax, which is 200 per month. So now let's see the total amount of deductions. While adding all the deductions, I am assuming income tax amount as 7,000. So the total deductions amount per month is approximately 14,683 rupees. Finally, here comes the take-home salary after deductions, which is nothing but gross total per month minus total deductions per month, which leads to 72,842 rupees per month. I think with BTech qualification, 72,842 rupees per month is a good amount to start your career. Apart from monthly salary, you will get additional allowances as incentives. Now, let's talk about incentives in detail. First comes professional update allowance, which is exempted from tax and will be given to purchase work-related items and for academic memberships, etc. 22,500 rupees will be provided once in a year in the month of April. This amount will vary depends on your level in the organization. Next comes performance-related incentive scheme. After completion of your probation period, that is 1 year of service, you are eligible to get PRIS, which is approximately 30% of your annual basic pay. 30% of Scientist SC annual basic pay leads to 2,01,960 rupees. This amount is divided into 3 equal installments. 2 installments provided as organization incentive in January and July, and third installment will be provided as group incentive in May. The incentive amount 67,320 is taxable. So after tax deduction, you will get around 55,000 to 60,000. Depends on your tax savings. PRIS is variable. It will change from time to time depending on organization performance and circumstances. We came to know that due to COVID-19 impact, PRIS and professional update allowances have been stopped until further orders. Next comes hometown travel allowances. Once in a year, hometown travel allowances will be provided. You can travel by government airlines to and fro and claim the same. And finally comes LTC. After completion of probation period, leave travel concession also available once in 4 years. That is, instead of home, you can travel any other places in India by government airlines and claim the same. This is all about salary. Now let's see about promotion and hierarchy followed in ISRO. The following data has been taken from URSC, UR Rao Satellite Center official website. Promotions in ISRO are time and performance bonded, unlike vacancy bounded in other organizations. Flowchart that you are seeing on screen is hierarchy followed in ISRO. Up to Scientist SF, you will be screened after 4 years of service in current designation and called for interview if you are eligible. After that, the duration is varied as shown in the flowchart. From SC to SD, minimum of 4 years for candidates who joined with BTech advertisement and minimum of 2 years for candidates who joined with MTech or MBA advertisement. Criteria for promotion is as follows. From Scientist SC to Scientist SG, you will be having screening plus confidential report from your boss along with the interview. And from Scientist SG to Scientist G and above, you will be having screening plus confidential report from your boss. These are all the details that we gathered about salary structure and promotions. If you want any particular details about ISRO, please comment below. We will get back to you. If you like our video, please do like, share and subscribe to our channel for further updates on ISRO. Thank you for watching.